welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. We have an awesome interview today. I just actually discovered this person through Instagram and then saw an awesome video from a couple of years ago. He's a supporter, hincha de los XOLOS de Tijuana. Is pretty well known and, has the inside scoop sometimes for some of the transfer rumors and things going on with that club. Let's give a happy Father's Day and a welcome to Rudo Diaz. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for the intro. I'm good, man. I'm good. Just here chilling at home, trying to recuperate from yesterday's Father's Day festivities.
No, tuvieron buenas entonces. What did you guys do for Father's Day?
I live in Coachella, bro. So it was like 100 degrees yesterday. So I had to drink my beer cold, you know?
Yep. What was it? What was the beer of choice?
I went to Costco and I got me like a variety pack of like IPAs and stuff.
Okay, nice. There you go. That sounds like a great day, man. Well, for those that may not know, I want to see if you can give us a little bit of a rundown. First of all, thank you for your service. Rudo is a former Marine here in the United States. States? I can't even. But yeah, Rudo, how did you necessarily just, I don't know how to say it right now because you're just part of the club and you're just a pillar of that Mexican-American culture that comes over from the States over to Tijuana. We're here in San Diego, so we see it. How did that all come about?
Okay, well, I was born in Tijuana. I'm a Tijuana native. My parents came from Guanajuato, so we're like many families that live in Tijuana, we're, I guess, paracaidistas, we got there by chance. We lived there for the first 10 years of my life. And then my dad migrated to the U.S. and brought us along. So I couldn't go back to Mexico for like a good 10 years for, migration problems or purposes. And but whenever we became legal again and we could cross that border, I didn't hesitate to go back to Tijuana because it's a hometown. I have great memories of it as a kid. And now, So I always been in touch with Tijuana. I always been in touch with, like Lucha Libre, which is huge in Tijuana, soccer, Inter de Tijuana, Nacional de Tijuana. So I always try to follow what's going on in Tijuana. And so then I found out that, there's a team being made, or XOLOS was made and they were winning. They had one season, they were almost undefeated the whole way where they became champions. Mm-hmm. And then they lost the championship to Irapuato, which they had to replay to see who goes up into the Ascenso. Mm-hmm. I didn't catch any of those games live, but I caught them on the internet, on word of mouth from different friends. So whenever they did go to the first division, I didn't hesitate to go, you know what I mean? And my wife and I, we will go to Tijuana, and it was so hard to go into the games. I remember going to the stadium and not being able to go in because it was sold out. It was Sunday noon games, and we were there maybe like 3 times before we actually went into the stadium. And when we finally did, it was a game. I think it was Jornada 7 versus Querétaro. So we tied 1-1. So that was my first official game in the stadium. But we haven't stopped going ever since. I don't see myself stopping from going. My kids, they're 4 and 5 now, and they've been there since they were 3 months old.
So just to give us an idea, you had a question, but just to give us an idea, you said you live in Coachella, right? For those that may not know exactly, just, we know it's miles away. Give us an approximation. What time, let's say, what time are XOLOS games usually in let's say midday?
Usually they play on a Friday, right?
On Friday nights?
Yeah, they play Friday at 7:30, but we don't go Fridays anymore. We go Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
So for me, like I pick 2 to 3 games a season that I can go. I can't go to every game because it's, it can be pretty pricey, for the gas, the hotels, the food. So we plan accordingly. We pick games without really choosing the opponent. We just choose dates that we can go. So we leave Thursday around noon. And it's 3 hours door to door. If there's no traffic, let's say I leave around noon, I can get there at 3. At 3, I go check in either my Airbnb or my hotel. And then we just kind of, have tacos or just chill on Thursday. Maybe I'll go get a haircut or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then on Friday, we have breakfast. And then we just go to the stadium like around noon. And we just, hang out with people. And tailgate. And yeah, that's the whole process, though. It's like, that's why I don't go to every game. I wish I could. But we go to 2 to 3 games a season, because it can be, it can be a whole. It's a planned trip, you know what I mean? It's not as easy as it might sound. When we come back on a Sunday, we have done 6-7 hours to come back, crossing the line and the drive and stuff. So,
oh man,
were you planning on going to the game that had to be canceled due to coronavirus, the XOLOS versus San Diego Loyal friendly game in San Diego?
Yeah, I was actually. I was so looking forward to it. I love XOLOS coming to the U.S. You know what I mean? I try to go to every friendly that they have. I wish we could do more. Maybe now we can slowly. I want to play LAFC. I want to play the Galaxy again. Mm-hmm. I love when they played OC. And I was gonna go to the Loyals. Yeah, I was gonna go. I was gonna plan it to be there.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they'll rekindle that. Like we talk a lot about, that could have been like a clásico de la frontera. Like it writes itself.
Yeah.
You don't need to add anything to that.
Yeah. No. What do you guys think of that game? What do you guys think of are you guys loyal fans or?
So technically, I guess we do consider ourselves loyal fans. I mean, honestly, I'm a Chivas fan and I'm a Manchester United fan. But yeah,
okay.
we're really looking forward to this game. I mean, especially being able to see the Masacre here and then kind of like be rivals with the locals, which is a support group for the Loyals. I mean, we're really excited, but I mean, sadly, it got canceled. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and so like it's something that we've always wanted here in San Diego because even in Tijuana, man, like I'm pretty sure you remember those Nacional de Tijuana. Like it's rare that I talk with somebody who remembers that because Nacional de Tijuana used to play where now Toros de Tijuana, the baseball teams, in el estadio del Cerro Colorado, and
there used to be those Potros used to play there.
Yeah, there used to be Potros too, and so those used to be great. I know. Was it you or somebody I was talking to about? Oh no, maybe it was you about Chivas. Was there like a different like a Chivas type B? But we thought that it was the actual Chivas, and we were so excited as kids. But now that Tijuana has a team, and it's great, and San Diego has a team, so I mean, we rep our city, man, and I mean, I guess not necessarily we have to, but honestly, they won us over. Even though it's headed by Landon Donovan, El Mata Mexicano. So,
and you know what? Like talking about a little bit of history, Tijuana has a great community that will cross over. I believe Tijuana was a huge support group for Chargers. A lot of fans will cross to see the Chargers, and back in the day, a lot of Tijuana fans will cross to go see the San Diego Sockers when Hugo Sanchez used to play.
Yeah.
So it was Tijuana going over to San Diego to see some soccer. And now I know a lot of people that cross from the U.S. to Tijuana to watch XOLOS, from Gringo Xolo to I have friends in Rialto, have friends in L.A., Big Mama that lives now in Moreno Valley. I have it's a huge community of us fans that live in the U.S. that go to Tijuana and, to support, we love soccer and we have XOLOS and we're loyal, we're there. And that's why I like to tell my story so often because I'm just like one example of so many, man. So many people go through so much to go to a XOLOS game. And some people, they're like, oh, have you ever traveled to go see the team? To like, let's say Aguascalientes or whatever. I was like, yeah, I traveled to Tijuana.
That's the trip right there.
And I know that, when you do go from that little clip, I believe Bleacher Report made, and it was part of the Fox documentary. I see you bringing over the family, the grill, a very, I want to say American style, just tailgating. How do you see that a lot over there pregame? Or is that something that, La Americanada? Because even then, there's a lot of Americans, like not necessarily like Mexican Americans. Hay gringos that like, hey, 2 tacos and a cerveza type thing that they go to these games. So is that something that you guys brought over, or did you kind of see that already?
I don't want to say that I was the first one to do it, but we were not the first ones, but we were right there in the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, I remember going to Libertadores, and we would get there, we had to plan those trips because they were, like, during the week, and me and my wife, my wife and I will leave, like, at 9 a.m. from our home to go watch those games. And I remember going to like the Calimax right across the stadium and grab a couple tortas and, whatever, just so we can chill before the game. And then we started meeting people in our sitting area. So it was easy for us to be like, you know what, let's see you next game, and we'll bring the grill and we'll bring the meat. So it slowly started evolving into these tailgates. But like I said, there was people already tailgating. There was people already doing it. So I'm not taking credit for being the first one. Mm-hmm. But I believe in consistency. So I've been very consistent on things that I do. So we always been consistent. Every time I go, I want it all. I want the carne asada. I want the tailgate. I want people to come over and say hello. I believe I'm a people person. So I love when people come over and say hello to me. And, and I love it. I love it. I love meeting people. And I don't know. I live by it. I thrive by it.
Well, we certainly got to go one of these days when everything goes back, man. Ahí te vamos a caer. We'll bring.
Yeah, you guys are welcome, man. Welcome. Just bring your brew and bring your piece of meat, and we'll throw it on the grill.
It's no problem that I'm a Chivas fan.
Hey, man, Tijuana welcomes all, man.
That's right.
We're not gonna judge you for your bad decisions in life.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, I wanted to ask. So how's your relationship with the Masacre? I mean, I know they're a big group over there, and a lot of them are pretty tough guys. But I mean, how's your relationship with them? Do you go hang out with them sometimes, or do you guys interact at all?
I do. I believe I know, members of it. And there's people that I call friends that they're members. I sometimes I have time. I will go in and say hello to a couple people that I know. I'm very respectful. I rarely take pictures during the game because I love watching the game. Mm-hmm. I don't, I take pictures before the game and I take a bunch of pictures. I love that. But during the game, I love watching the game. I love tending to my kids. My kids, sometimes we have to leave the game early because they've been there since noon. So at halftime, I love to go into La Masacre and say hello to a couple people that I have known for a long time. We've been going to games since 2011. And we have sat in the Cabecera Sur next to La Masacre for maybe like 2 seasons. So that's for 2 years. So like 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of them. I believe I have a good relationship with them. They're, to me, they're part of the team. Saying hello to a member or seeing La Masacre gives us goosebumps. It makes us feel like, they're part of the team. They're the main support group that there is, and mad love and respect for all of them, man.
Definitely. And again, I've gone a couple times and it's all love, man. Like, I like anything, man. Si te metes with the wrong people, bro, like, pues, te van a fregar. Like, regardless, you can go to a Dodger game or any type of game and just be smart about it. But no, it was a great time. I went when they were still in second division. They played against like Monarcas 2, Morelia, and the stadium wasn't as nice as it is right now. They were barely building it. But one of the things that I noticed was we actually interviewed John Barbon a couple weeks ago, and he actually cited you for some of his XOLOS information.
Okay.
Do you? I mean, are you kind of like an inside scoop type of deal, or one of those things people just tell you?
I don't got no inside scoop, man. All right. So there's a lot of pages that like to cover teams, and me, I'm a fan. Number one, I'm a fan. I'm not a news person, and I used to share a lot of like rumors, like, oh, this player might come or whatever. The only problem with that is that, let's say that a rumor dies down. All these people that cover XOLOS, they don't remove the rumor. You know what I mean? They just kind of, you know what I mean? So I figured, I was like, you know what? If you're going to get me so excited about this player, and then the like Talavera last week, oh, Talavera might come, and then he didn't come. It's like, you know what? Let's just say that he's not coming. You know what I mean? Like, so I try to make mine official. I wait till the team says it's official. I always say it's not official till the team says it. Also, I ask the player, some players answer, some players don't. But I'm like, hey, dude, are you, like, a long time ago, Avilés Hurtado was linked to America. And they put a picture of him, like, arriving at an airport with America gear. And I asked him, I was like, hey, Avilés, ¿vas a ir a la America? And he was like, no, we don't want to go. And they played another season in Tijuana. So I asked the player, who better than the player itself? You know, are you coming? Are you going?
Yeah.
And I asked a couple players this week, or they told me, they sent me a message like, "Hey man, I'll see you soon in Tijuana." It's like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? That pumps me up.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but I don't got no inside scoop, bro. I just share what's in the news, but I always double check it twice just to make sure that I'm not, it's lying or just going off a rumor.
Yeah, so I mean, how do you feel about the team? I know Xolos is one of the teams in the Mexican League that almost every season they tend to do good and make liguilla, but also every season they kind of change the squad completely,
blow it up.
Yeah.
So they'll either sell their really good players and make a profit, and then buy other really good players. So how do you feel about all that?
Okay, well, first, I see soccer as a business. I understand soccer is a business. So when you see soccer as a business, then you know that things like that are going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't follow blindly. Like soccer's entertainment, but number one is a business. So for a team to grow, a team needs to buy cheap and sell expensive, like anything. You know what I mean? If I resell shoes, I'm going to buy them cheap and sell them expensive until I can start, having my own store. You know what I mean? So I see Xolos as a growing team. I know that they have to buy and sell. I understand it. It sucks that we have a good team one season and then we kind of sell everybody. But I know we're going to get to the point where we don't have to do that anymore. Like this season seems like that season. Like we got a bunch of good Mexican players. We have a great base. We're going to get a goalkeeper that's, it's already set in stone that he's good, that he's a hard worker and stuff. So I believe the team that we're building today, if we can keep it for, let's say, 4 seasons, 3 seasons, I think we're huge championship contenders. But yeah, I mean, it sucks to get rid of a team. I get what you're saying, but then again, I understand that it's part of growing. It's part of finishing the stadium and stuff. And once we're there, I believe now it's time to maintain a good team, try to stay in the top of the tabla general, as much as we can, and just work from there. But I believe that everything that has happened is because the team's growing, pretty much.
Who would you say is your favorite goalkeeper that Xolos have had since they've been in Primera División?
I love Cermeño because Cermeño was, that raw talent, Muralla, you know what I mean? He was, I can talk good about all the players. Cirilo was our champion. You can't take that away from him. Played in the Libertadores. Federico Villar, he's a legend. He had one tough season, but his last season before he retired, he killed it, man. Lahud, a young player. He was with us for 5 years. He just, he left to Torreon this weekend. But he has given us so much good. And so I don't know. I think we've always been good on the goalkeeper position. I grew up playing goalkeeper, and I really liked every single one that we had.
Yeah, and I mean, actually, I saw that you actually have your own brand of goalkeeping gloves.
Yes,
Rudo,
thank you for talking about that.
Yeah, Rudo GK at Instagram or RudoGoalkeeping.com. How did you decide to go into this lane, I guess, to make your own goalkeeping gloves?
Okay, so here locally in Coachella Valley, I train kids and adults, to be goalkeeper. Mm-hmm. My, life plan is to make my own little academy. Right now I have 10 kids and 4 or 5 adults. And the plan is to, I see that people are making their gloves and stuff. So I was like, let's see how hard it is to have your own brand. Mm-hmm. And I researched it, and it, it's not really hard to get it. It's hard to sell it. You know what I mean? Like, I ordered my new, my first bunch of gloves, and I sold 3 pairs. I'm trying to be competitive with the prices without really giving them away. But it's like anything, man. It's like it's having goals. It's having goals and plans and following through. You know what I mean?
Definitely. We're actually looking at the page right now for some of the gloves.
Yeah, it scared me. I was like, what is this? Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for doing that.
No, and I mean, honestly, I used to be a goalkeeper. I recently unretired. I used to actually, in las Fuerzas Básicas, when Xolos was starting. I don't know if you are familiar with in Romero Manso in Tijuana.
I heard about it.
Yeah. So that's where I grew up playing Furati, and when Xolos was barely starting as a team, I actually got a chance to kind of play in the Fuerzas Básicas as a goalkeeper. So that's my lane, man. And I love talking to goalkeepers and representing goalkeepers because we don't get enough love, man. Like everybody
No,
hates.
we don't get enough love. We get so much hate, man. But hey, a strong goalkeeper will take that hate and turn it into something positive.
I like that, man. I love it. So, I mean, we're talking about this brand new Xolos team now. I think that at this point, they haven't said anything official about Copa MX, but like, what happens if they say, okay, we're going to go ahead and play? Do you think they should play that last game? Just to decide.
Well, they will play. They're not going to have a Copa MX this season, but they have the finale in September.
Okay. So, I mean...
So, it's a 2-leg. We're going to play in Xolos Stadium, and then the next week is going to be at Monterrey Stadium.
Okay. How do you think that's going to go with this new team? It's interesting because now you have...
Oh, man, we're going to win it. We're going to win it. I believe that Tijuana needs a cup. Tijuana is a team that was, nació grande. And we have won so many championships till 2012. So I believe that we're overdue for a Copa, man, and the Copa MX it's gonna come in perfectly to what Tijuana is all about.
So with that, I mean that is the last, I guess, Mexican League kind of game on the map in the near future, anyways. Living here in the States, do you ever catch any MLS games, USL games, any type of American soccer?
Okay, so there's a team in the Riverside. They were Coras USA. They franchise out of Xolos. So I was going to start seeing them. I went to go see their first professional game in Riverside. So I was going to watch them as much as I could because it's only an hour away from my house. So I was like, okay, I want to watch soccer. I'll go to Riverside. But then this, craziness is happening. But I used to go see Chivas USA because I used to live in LA and they used to give tickets away.
Yeah.
So it was and it was still so empty. So I used to go see Chivas USA because, the MLS would bring all those legends, you know what I mean? And it was cool to go see, whoever legend was there at that time. Like even Trujillo, he's on Fox. I saw him with Chivas USA. Miller Bolaños, that's in Xolos, was at Chivas USA. The Galaxy, I've been there a couple times. Again, free tickets from somebody. But yeah, I mean, I love football, and if I can watch professional football, I will watch it. But now that I'm in Coachella, and if I can go see the Galaxy or LAFC, or if I can go to Tijuana, I'm going to skip the MLS and I'm going to go to Tijuana, bro.
Oh, definitely. So, I mean, tell us a bit about your playing days. I was very interested to see that, you were in the Marines and that you were in the Marine soccer team. I didn't even know that they allowed soccer. What was those games like? I mean, you have just these super humans playing soccer, and I assume, some of them get some energy out and some dirty tackles here and there. What was it like playing in the Marine soccer team?
All right, so the Marine base I was stationed in Pendleton, they had a soccer season, and it was in between going to war. It was like in 2003, and I had already gone to Iraq, so it was in between tours. So I played for my division team, and my team won the championship. And then we went down to San Diego to play other teams like Yuma and 29 Palms. And my team was a champion down in San Diego. And then they call out a list of people that could try out because you got to earn everything. So it's like, okay, these are the people that are going to earn a chance to try out for the Marine team. And they were naming everybody in the tournament. And then towards the end, they're like, and the MVP of the tournament, they named me. So not only did I get to be picked to go try out, I was the MVP of the tournament. So that was really cool because my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, went to that game. So, I don't need to, talk good about myself. She actually saw it being done.
That's right. That's the best.
So the Marine Corps tryout, bro, was probably like 3 weeks of 100 guys there, and they were gonna keep 18.
Wow.
And there was like maybe 10 goalkeepers, and then at the end they kept 2. So it was so stressing. So how do I say it? It was so hard, man. So hard. You know what I mean? Because you're trying out for this team, and there's so much talent. And so long story short, I made the Marine team, and I ended up taking the starting position, spot. The goalie that was the other guy, he crossed. His last name was Cross. He was like a returning goalkeeper.
Okay.
So it was like, oh, he's gonna be the returning goalkeeper, returning starter. But I took his spot, man. I took his spot. Happy to do it. And I don't know if you remember 2003, there was San Diego was on fire. Remember, it was like all ashy.
Yep. My Halloween parade was canceled. That's
okay, so it was during that time.
Yeah. Oh man.
So they flew us to Tennessee to do a all military tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that. So yeah, like you said, imagine gun-ho Marines playing soccer, man.
Jesus. I would
balls to the wall.
I would love to see a game like that.
There's 100 people trying out.
These guys, they would run forever. First, they would run forever. And there's a picture of me that maybe I can send it to you guys. I never been bigger in my life, man, because it was competing for life pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, and so obviously you represent America and not just, I guess, in soccer sense, but in the military as a Marine overseas in Iraq. When you were over there in Iraq, soccer is an international sport. Was there any time, any soccer ball around during any sort of downtime to kind of keep your mind away from it, or even play with some of the locals?
You know what? I was on a Westpac, which is a 6-month deployment.
Mm-hmm.
I was on that on 11th MEU in 2002, and I went to different countries, and we were in Jordan. We were training in Jordan, and the locals that were like clean, they were like our. We live in a camp, so they were like our civilian employees. Mm-hmm. They would be taken they will be waiting on the bus stop, to be taken to their campgrounds. And I asked one of the locals, like, hey, do you guys have a soccer ball? And one guy said, yeah, at our camp. I was like, can you bring it tomorrow? So then when they were waiting for the bus, which could be an hour or two, we would play soccer with them. Like I took it upon myself, like bring a soccer ball. And so we started playing soccer every day from like 5 to 7 till they got picked up by the bus with all the locals. So yeah, I have always tried to keep soccer by my side.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. And again, it kind of tells you just how global this is, man. Like you don't need to speak the same language sometimes, or just know the other person. Just get a ball in between your feet, like, and it's ready to go. And that's something great. Like you don't need a lot. Just like here in the States, I don't know if you have your kids in any type of soccer, but it's expensive, man. And it's one of those things where you just need two rocks and a deflated soccer ball. Hasta un bote, una botella. Just
the can, man.
Yeah.
We've all played with the can before, right?
See, what can you say unequivocally in your playing career was one of the greatest just saves or stops that you've ever made? Usually we ask like, what's the best goal you've ever scored when nobody was watching? But like, what's that save that you're already thinking of right now?
I'm already thinking of. All right. So when I was in high school, we used to play a rival. I used to live in the city of Indio, and our rival was Coachella. And the stadium will get packed, because they saw the rivalry. And I remember one of the best players in the Coachella team, he tried to chip me. I came out of my goal, and he tried to chip me. And I took a couple steps back, and I just reached up, threw my body up in the air, and I felt the ball in my hand. Like I felt complete control of it. Mm-hmm. So I just hold on to it, man, and I brought it down one hand, like coming down, boom. And just hearing that everybody saying goal, you know what I mean? And to drown that scream of goal, man, to like, oh, damn, you saw that save. And I remember the like high school, like the 9th grader that was being the ball boy behind me. I looked back at him, and I can remember he just said, that was so bad. He was like my first reaction, you know what I mean? He looked at me with his big eyes, and he said, that was so bad. And then I got up with the ball, and I dusted my shoulders off a little bit.
Right.
And I still, I still think of that. If I have a bad night and I can't go to sleep, I think of a place like that that make you feel good as a person. You know what I mean? Like it was probably talent or whatever, but it was just, I believe in passion. So that was just passion of me, to be the best goalkeeper that there was in my high school level. So, and then another story I want to share. So I had a jersey that Daoud used to have. It was like a green muscle jersey that there's a picture of him. So I used to have that. My dad would take me, or he'll go to Mexico and bring me jerseys because I couldn't cross, but he could. So he brought me this Renat jersey with the muscle. And I remember a player would come up to me and I will step on the ball and I will flex and then I will pick up the ball with one hand. So I remember. Yeah, I used to wear like Renat and Atletica jerseys, just like my idols. You know, my idols were like Pulpo Zuniga, Erube Cabuto, Oscar Daoud.
Cabuto. I have not heard that name so long. Atlas legend. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Erube Cabuto. That dude was.
They
used to wear white socks, man. They used to wear white socks to their knees. So that was me. Always, never color socks. Always white socks, my shorts, and a solid jersey, man, tucked in. I wanted to be like them.
Oh man, yeah, that's a throwback, man. Oh, jeez.
So who when it comes to international soccer, who do you root for? The U.S. men's national team or Mexico?
You know what, man? I fell in love with U.S. soccer in 1994. I fell in love with Eric Winalda, with Claudio Reina, with Marcelo Balboa, Tony Meola, John Harkes, all these guys. And, I love, you know what? Ever since my kids were born, I started rooting more for Mexico because I want my kids to know they're Mexican and American. So I have their jerseys. My kids wear the Mexico jersey and the U.S. jersey. When Mexico plays the U.S., I kind of stay like let's see who wins. But I love the U.S. It sucks that they didn't make it to the World Cup. I don't know what's going on in the U.S. soccer. You know what I mean? We have so much talent. But I root for the U.S. I love soccer. I love football. So I root for the U.S. But of course, I love Mexican soccer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it, man. And there's no right or wrong answer there. Honestly, like in this podcast, we talk about it all the time. We're Mexican fans, through and through. But we've talked to Landon Donovan, we've talked to Jimmy Conrad, former U.S. men's national team. We've talked to more U.S. players than Mexico players, and honestly, like, the U.S. style soccer is starting to win us over. Not necessarily like we're gonna root full for the U.S., but I mean, honestly, like
we got to recognize that it's coming.
It's coming, and as much as we necessarily hate it or don't want to see it, if Mexico doesn't get their act together, they're gonna get surpassed in a couple of years by the U.S., even if they didn't make the World Cup. But with that, we got just a couple of little final quick fire questions, man. And then we're going to go ahead and go to work. But let's see. If you had a golden ticket to any game in the past, you can go choose any game, a final, a specific game, and in any time period, anywhere. What game would you go to?
Oh, man, that's a tough question. You know what? I'm not a man of what ifs. Everything that I have lived and done, I have, I love moments and stuff. I don't know. I believe I have gone to the games that I really wanted to be. XOLOS beat Corinthians, the world champions, at the Estadio Caliente 1-0 with goal de Gandolfi, and I was there. We beat León in the semifinal game to go to the championship game, and I was there. I don't know. That's a good question, but I believe that every game that I have been to, I have enjoyed to the max, and I'm not missing out on anything.
Good. That's good. I mean, especially that León rivalry. That it was the monkey off the back. Finally, León always had it, and then finally the XOLOS came through. Usually,
we lost in León.
Yeah. Favorite shoe of all time. Favorite soccer shoe or cleat, indoor soccer, outdoor, como sea.
I love Copa Mundial because they're so classic, and they're black with the white.
Hey man,
I used to have a pair of Mizunos. They're I don't even remember. We used to wear the tongue all the way out. On the shoes. So they were Mizuno. They were like kangaroo leather. I don't know, super soft. They had nice firm, cleats in the bottom, and they were like all black with the tongue was brown. I wish I could.
Actually, and I have those same Copa Adidas.
Yeah, I've
they're
seen
just
them.
so comfortable. Hello. Sing.
Up on me.
All right, there we go. Hello.
All right.
Perfect. And but yeah,
I'm here.
I was saying, yeah. I mean, are you me, man? Because that's the shoes I still have right now. My Copas kangaroo leather. They're comfy, man. You can clear the ball as easy as you can. You can pass it. They're great, man. And last question, man. Where can people find you at, bro? Online, anywhere? Go ahead and let us know. Where can they find you?
Oh, I Instagram Los Rudos, just Los Rudos, just the way it reads.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there, man. You know, people, you know, they send me messages, which I really, really appreciate. You know, they say hello. And I have the Rudo GK, like you said. I want to grow. I want to start selling my gloves.
Yeah.
I want to make hats and T-shirts and stuff. And it's, you know, I'm not getting rich, bro. Like, it's not, the plan is never to get rich. The plan is to be wealthy with moments and, you know, and lessons in life. So I'm just living a dream and trying to work hard to, you know, to continue being alive and doing what I love.
We love it, man. Thank you, Rudo, for this time. I know it's a little bit early in the day on a Monday, but really appreciate it, man. Again, check out Los Rudos GK. Awesome goalkeeper gloves. Really hope to have you in studio soon, and hopefully as soon as the La Liga MX or Copa comes through, might reach out and say hi again.
No, thank you guys. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you for, you know, you guys have had some great guests. So to be part of your podcast, it's awesome. It's an honor, bro. So thank you, fellas. You guys are doing a great job, and thank you for having me on.
No problem, man. Really appreciate it. Y ahí nos vemos en una carnita asada, en el tostado caliente.
Ya se armó.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Bye-bye.